Do you keep getting declined for credit and you just don't understand why? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy, the biggest. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you find out every time we drop new content, you're gonna hear about it first. We talk about everything credit here. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, that little like button. That way this video goes out to way more people, okay? In case you didn't know, I am the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY program in the industry. At $55.99 a month, our system will create custom Metro 2 attack letters, attacking any negative items on your credit reports and all your personal information that's not accurate. Imagine that. Our system will create your letters, email them to you, you print them, you mail them out, certified mail, and you're done. It's just that simple. You don't have to join any Facebook groups, you know, those archaic things. You don't have to read any modules. You don't have to do any master courses. We cut all that nonsense out. Our system will create those custom letters, email them to you, you print them, you mail them out certified mail, and you're done. Link is always going to be in the description for our DIY program, the most advanced in the industry. Let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? When I was like 26 years old. Now look at it. I know I still look kind of young, but I'm definitely not. I'm just a 12-year-old kid. Okay? So when I was 26 years old, I was just out there, you know, trying to apply for every credit card I could because I just thought that was the right thing to do. Well, when I was getting declined, I just wasn't paying attention. And everyone always asked the big question, why am I getting declined for credit? The biggest thing that I see whenever I talk about a credit card or some type of credit product that I'm trying to, you know, tell people like, hey, this is an awesome credit card. Take a look at this. People always come into the comment section and like, I have a 740 and I got declined. This card is nonsense. You know, just like, what? What people don't understand is it's not just about your credit score. You can have a very high credit score and still get declined. It's about your credit profile. What's on your credit profile? Keeping all that junk off of it, all those secured credit cards that don't convert from secured to unsecured, having a bunch of low limit credit cards on your credit profile. Number one reason, you got a bunch of derogatory items on your credit report, but you're still in denial and you keep applying because you're like, maybe one of them will take me. One of them will accept this application. No, okay, it's not gonna happen. So you need to pay attention to what your credit profile looks like, not your credit score. And I'm going to give you a great example. A person like myself that sits at between a 770 and a 790, okay, easily got declined by Discover Bank. And I was like, oh, what? They declined me? And I was just like sitting there in shock, like, why would they decline me? I just, you know, no matter the reason that they told me, I just wasn't accepting any of it. And for all the haters out there, yeah, I did get declined by Discover Bank 2 years ago, but I did come back and get the Discover card right after that, okay? So I got the Discovery Cashback credit card, and it was funny because I wrote them off. I was like, you know, I'm not even going to talk about Discover, not going to cover any of it. This is just, it's a disaster. You know, how could they do this to me? And that's what everybody does. We're in denial as to why we were declined, whether it be for a credit card, a home loan, an auto loan, whatever it is. We're just in denial that we're just perfect, and why would they decline me? Now listen, I'm not going to give you all the sauce in the beginning. I'm going to make you wait to the end to tell you a really, really big thing that people never pay attention to, okay? I'm still over here juggling this Discover card, thinking about it, okay, when I got declined. But I want to break it down to a lot of things that I do with my clients and what I tell them to do when they're trying to apply for credit, okay? You need to prep your credit at least 30 days before your transaction. Doesn't matter if it's a home loan, a credit card, or an auto loan. This is going to help you make a better financial decision because a lot of us make decisions based on emotion. Like, I really want to buy that car. I don't even care. Whatever. I don't care if interest rates are high. I don't care if they're telling me I'm going to pay $10,000 above sticker. People make really poor decisions like that. Or guess what? I really want to buy a house this year. But what? Have you seen the interest rates? Have you seen? No? Okay. You know what I mean? Or, I don't care. You know, I'm going to apply for all these credit cards regardless if I'll see who's going to approve me. And you just keep applying. So it's really important that you prep your credit 30 days before you make this big decision, whether it be a credit card, an auto loan, or a mortgage, especially for those last two, an auto loan or a mortgage. Prepping your credit is going to be really key because your interest rate is going to be a huge determining factor on how much car you can get, how much home you can get. So making sure that you prep that beforehand is going to be very vital to the success of this type of lending situation. You need to remember, and please don't forget, last part's the most important. Listen, when I bought my Range Rover, I was making a total emotional decision the first time I bought a Range Rover. I had left the Jeep dealership. They just worked on the Jeep. I wound up having to do a major repair on the Jeep. It only cost me $150, but it was a $6,000 job that could have cost me $6,000 if I didn't have the extended warranty. Pretty crazy. Drove by the Range Rover dealership. I was like, let's go make another emotional decision over here. These Range Rovers look really dope. My credit wasn't prepped by any means. I was not ready. I had no plans on buying a new car, okay? And so what happened was a year and a half later, when I traded that old Range Rover in and I bought a newer one, the finance manager said to me, man, your credit score has drastically jumped up. What did you do to improve it that fast? Like, I really need to know. And I started laughing. I was like, man, I was really irresponsible. I was carrying over 10% utilization on my credit cards. So I just prep my credit cards and I make sure that they're always in better standing. I just wasn't paying attention that month. And that month cost me a good amount of interest rate on that actual loan. But moving forward, the finance manager was like, man, so literally you just paid off your credit cards? I was like, yeah. Utilization is a huge determining factor when you're going to apply for anything. Before you apply for anything, you always need to make sure to hit that like button. The reason that I wanted to make this video today is because I talked to a guy today on a consultation and he had a pretty good credit score. He was sitting between like a 720 and a 740, but he had 89% utilization. That's why I said, when's the last time you paid down your credit cards? Oh man, it's been a long time. I said, so the fact that your score is sitting between a 720 and a 740, your score is going to be way higher once you pay down your credit cards. You're probably going to be right underneath 800 or over 800. He said, are you serious? I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, this is high impact, 89% utilization. And he's wondering why he's getting declined by all these credit card companies, why he can't get the American Express Gold Card. Because utilization plays a huge factor because you owe somebody money. No bank wants to give you more money when you owe money. And another great example is if you're applying for a home mortgage, okay, or a personal loan, and you have a lot of debt to income on your credit. So meaning you got a bunch of car loans, you got some other loans that are really big balances, that is also going to count against you. So remember the key here, big balances equal a bad result when you apply for any type of credit. So we covered the two most important factors. That is going to be credit utilization. Remember, always remember, credit utilization is not how much of your credit card that you use, it's the balances that report, okay? And then payment history. If you got a bunch of late payments, do you really think that they're going to approve you if you have a bunch of late payments in the most recent 24 months? It's highly unlikely, okay? Let's just be honest with each other. Because payment history is 35% of your credit score and it holds serious weight. It tells them whether or not you pay on time. But another factor that a lot of people don't pay attention to is going to be inquiries, okay? Inquiries make up only 10% of your credit. It's not high impact on your credit score, but having too many of them will cause you to get declined. It happens to me plenty of times, okay? I think that was one of the factors of why Discover Bank declined me, was because of hard inquiries and too many new accounts. I was like, okay, whatever, Discover. Don't tell me how to live my life, okay? So that's really important to remember. When you have too many inquiries, it's not holding down your credit score. It's hurting your lendability. A lender looks at you and says, man, why are they looking for money? Are they thirsty? What are they doing? You could have just been shopping for a home. You could have been shopping rates. You could have been shopping for a car and shopping different options and different rates. But to a lender, hard inquiries just don't look good. They don't want to see a lot of them. They don't want to see more than 4 to 6. 10 to 15 is pushing it. But always remember, You don't want to dispute any hard inquiries that are attached to any open or closed accounts. It's a big no-no. Some people say they like to live on the edge, and they do it anyways. But understanding that these 3 factors are some of the biggest factors that will get you declined for any type of lending situation. So the last final piece to why you're getting declined is something that everyone ignores. The credit card company, the auto loan company, the mortgage company has to send you a letter in the mail within 30 days stating why you got declined. So you got a letter in the mail, you're just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to bank with them anymore. Don't even care. But the letter actually tells you exactly what the reasons are. It's going to say too many new recent accounts, high balances to loan differences. You know, they're going to say all the different reasons. And this is the biggest thing that people don't do. They don't pay attention to what the letter says or the email says. So you can improve your credit by improving the things they're telling you that you need to work on to get approved. They're telling you what to do. They're telling you how to improve the situation and how to get approved by them. But you're just not paying attention. So instead of just throwing the letter away and saying, you know, I don't want that, throw it in trash. Throw it in trash. Who cares about that letter? We don't care. Pay attention to the letter, dissect it, and figure out what exactly you need to do to work on it. Because people always ask me this, why am I getting declined by Discover? And, you know, why am I getting declined by American Express with my high credit score? I don't know. I can't see your credit report in front of me. I can't tell you that until I see your credit report. Okay? So pay attention to that and improve your credit by the things they're telling you to improve them. It's really just that simple. Also, if you're trying to go for a credit card, look at the credit card company, and it's kind of like, it's kind of simple logic if you think about it. So with a credit union, you want to establish a relationship before you pull the trigger and get a big limit credit card, right? If you go with Capital One and you want to get a credit card with them, you could do a checking account with them. You could do auto loans. The more products you use with these lenders, the higher probability they're going to approve you for their credit products. It's just that simple. It's called relationship banking. Relationship banking is very, very key. Like American Express has a checking account, but I believe they only offer it to existing members. Okay, that's one of them. Discover has checking and savings. I don't think they're letting anybody into their checking right now anymore, or their savings. I can't remember which one it is. Citibank, you can do the same thing. Capital One, you can do the same thing. So relationship banking is a huge factor that a lot of people ignore and they don't pay attention to, that can really help you if you're looking to work on your credit. Also, I'm going to leave you on this last note. If you know you have a bunch of derogatory accounts on your credit, stop applying for credit. Work on your credit. Whether you do it on your own, you could join my inexpensive DIY program. I don't want to say inexpensive because expensive is a very variable word, okay? But you have the options. Don't wait. Get started on your credit. Stop getting declined and work on your credit, okay? Pay those balances down. You're going to be out of debt. It's going to help you. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to watch the next 2 videos because they are recommended by YouTube. And as always, subscribe to increase your credit score.